So at the time of recording this video, I am 31 years of age. 31 and a half to be exact. And I can honestly say I'm extremely happy with where I am in life, and I'm extremely happy with the journey I've gone on to get to where I am here today. In reality, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change a single thing, because everything that's happened, all the mistakes, all the issues that I might have had in my past have led me to where I am. However, from time to time, I do wonder, what would I go back and tell myself if I could go back to 20-year-old me and speak to them with the knowledge that I have now? Obviously, aside from the obvious things like stay away from that certain ex or bet on this football game to win loads of money, I'm really talking about what are the life lessons that I wish I picked up on a little bit earlier in life. So this video is going to be quite self-reflective, but obviously I hope that you can take something away from it as well. So hopefully if you're watching this and you're at an earlier stage in life than me, then maybe I can help you get ahead in certain areas. And if you're my age or older, then maybe you can sympathize and relate to some of the things that I'm saying. So let's get started. Number one, take more risks. During your younger years, this is normally when you have the least amount of responsibility on your shoulders. At that age, I wasn't married, I didn't have any kids, I didn't have an awful lot of people that were relying on me. And what this meant is that if I did take chances, there were less people who were going to suffer if I was to fail. Your early 20s are a prime time to start your own business or get going after anything that your heart truly desires. The problem is, we often get caught up in the trap of preparing for the rest of our lives. Going to university, getting that first job, working your way up through the ladder, getting married, having kids, and before you know it, you're 30 years old, maybe you're not in a job that you love, maybe you've rushed into a relationship or rushed into having kids. Again, there's nothing wrong with any of this. Life is going to take you on a journey, and I'm sure those of you who have kids, those of you that are married, you wouldn't change a thing. But what I'm trying to say to you is before you get into all of this stuff, because all of that can happen still, take the opportunity to take some risks. As life goes on and your personal responsibility grows, the window of opportunity for risky decisions starts to minimize. It doesn't mean you can't take risks later in life, it just means there's going to be a lot more on the line. You can fail a lot when you're young. It's how you develop, it's how you grow, it's the fastest way to learn anything. Having time on your side means that those failures in the long run won't affect you in a negative way. And if you saw my last video on the importance of failure, you'll know that those failures will be how you build your success. Number two, invest your money and compound interest. Yes, I know it's a boring one. I really do understand, and this is exactly how I felt about it in my 20s. I thought I've got all my life to work all of this stuff out. But if I understood the power of compound interest back when I was 20, I'd be in a far better situation financially now than I currently am. And that's not to say I'm in a bad situation, but what I'm trying to say is that compound interest is something that works best over a long term. And the earlier you get started with investing your money, the more it works for you. Now, I'm not saying that I or you should want to be some kind of Warren Buffett investor. I actually think that line of work is pretty boring. What I am saying is make your money work for you and make it work longer and harder for you. The reason you want to do this is you want to achieve financial freedom. This doesn't mean that you have to be super rich. What it means is that your life is not focused and solely concerned with the attainment of money. This freedom allows you to put your time and energy into the things that truly matter to you. What I realized a little bit too late into life is that they don't teach you this stuff in schools. This isn't going to be in your normal curriculum as you grow up. This is stuff that you need to go out and self-educate yourself on. So go read some finance books, find some relative YouTube channels, and get started with basic investing. Number three, take more pictures and videos. The older you get, the faster life seems to move, and all these beautiful memories and moments seem to pass by very quickly and very suddenly. And if you're in the moment, which you should be, you might look back and think, wow, I don't actually have any real way, attainable way of remembering and reflecting back on these super special times. Now, I hate people who are constantly attached to their smartphones, who are constantly taking pictures for Instagram and for social media to just present their life to the world. However, I do believe that curating a collection of photos and videos as a way of preserving special memories is a beautiful and important part of life. There are people I look back on who had a dramatic impact on me as a person, and I seldom have a single picture of us together. And again, it's not for anyone else. It's a moment that I can look back on, and it can take me back to a certain place, a certain time, and bring back certain feelings. It's amazing how a beautiful photo can bring you back to a very specific memory, a moment of time in your life, and conjure up all the feelings that came with that very moment. So continue to create great memories, continue to live in the moment, but if you get a chance, take a quick snap while you're at it. Number 4, don't worry so much about losing people. The kind of people I'm talking about here are partners, our friends, our work colleagues, and I don't mean this to be cold or to be nasty to anyone. All I'm saying is that as life goes on, the people around you will change and evolve with you. You are an ever-growing, ever-changing person. You're developing a character, you're developing a personality, you're developing values and things that are important to you. And everyone is doing this at different rates and at different stages based upon different experiences. So some people at certain stages of your life are going to be very compatible with you. At other stages, people are going to fall out of sync. It doesn't mean that they're bad people or you're bad people. All it means is that at the moment, you're not running on the same wavelength. Throughout our lifetime, many people are going to come and go, each one bringing with them a small lesson that they teach you about yourself. Each one develops you in a slightly different way. Those who leave us, whether it be by choice or by circumstance, have served their purpose in our lives. And who knows, you may connect together again at a later stage in life. As you go on the journey of life, not everyone is going to be along for the whole ride. So try not to cry too much about it. And number 5, spend more time with the people who mean the most to you. This isn't meant as a contradiction to the previous point. If anything, I believe it really goes hand in hand. Spend more time with your grandparents, if you're lucky enough to have them around, or even your parents. Enjoy the time spent with close family and friends, because nothing lasts forever. You never know when it's going to be the last conversation you have with someone, the last cup of tea you share, the last meal that you have together. So cherish these moments. You don't want to go through life with any regrets. But not spending time with those who mean the most to you, that's one regret we can all avoid. No amount of money or accolades will ever take the place of the relationships that we develop and enjoy throughout our lifetime. So I hope you got something out of that list. I hope there was something in there that you feel you could relate to or you could implement, hopefully earlier on if possible. Please comment below on anything that you wish that you knew earlier in life. Maybe let's keep this conversation going so that we can help more people live more happy and fulfilled lives. And as always, take care of yourself.